Show, episode 23, coming at you here on a Saturday around 7:30. Hope everyone's having a good and safe Halloween. I hope you're watching your kids because, like Jesse said last episode, you might find a Glock in their candy.
Yeah.
So, what's going on, guys?
What up? What up?
Yeah, so pretty much I think we're going to start off the show getting into. I know it's been a lot of time to just sit with that loss last week to San Francisco, but we're probably going to start the show off there. Going to get into some NFL talk like we usually do, betting, miscellaneous, some Celtics talk. Then we're going to do regular sports trivia at the end of the episode. It's going to be me versus Jesse, and then maybe some off-topic stuff if we have the time. But, yeah, how do you guys feel about that loss to San Francisco on Sunday?
I mean, what can you really say about it?
I saw it coming.
Disgusting. You saw it coming?
Well, yeah, I did pick against them on the spread, and they were minus.
No, the spread was only 2.5.
Yeah, I just had a bad feeling. I think San Francisco is really underrated.
Banged up team.
I'm
They're
not
trying to get healthy.
I'll give the Pats this week. If they win against Buffalo, you don't blow it up. Let them at least maybe try and make a little wild card push. But if they fall to 2-5, kiss the season.
I don't think I have any chance against Buffalo this week.
Really? Buffalo's look bad. I think this is a surprise game, and I think it's a trap game for Buffalo. Low scoring.
The thing is, though, if you beat Buffalo on Sunday, you play Jets week 9, you're back at 500.
Yep.
So I think that this game on Sunday is a must-win. I think you have to win this game. So I'm not ready to write them off yet, because I think but my gut is telling me I did not like what I saw on Sunday. That team, they lack talent.
Terrible.
They lack compete. I didn't think they competed hard on Sunday. You know, lack the compete level.
Yes.
There's no, as a fan, there's no worse experience than to watch your team not be able to move the ball down the field, and then on defense when they're literally fucking you in the ass with their run game.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that game was.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It felt like a college team, like, getting toyed with in the run game.
Normally with the Patriots, there's something that you can pull out of a loss that, like, well, at least they did this well. At least they defended against this, or they moved the ball at the end. There was nothing you could pull from that game that would tell you that they had anything going right.
Speaking about, you said Cam Newton's looked terrible. In his last 3 games, he's throwing under 50% completions with no touchdowns and 5 picks.
That is terrible.
Do you think maybe they need to get back to more of, like, the RPO, like more run-pass options?
Yeah, or just ground and pound, like, quick hits. No, I don't know what's going on.
Because he doesn't seem like he's going to be able to do what you want him to do in your offense.
Does some of this fall on McDaniels, like, not having a better game plan for these guys ready to go? Or?
Well, I mean, I think that you kind of had to test Cam to see what you could get out of him as a passer early in the season. See if he's got his arm. See if you can utilize that part of him, because he's been a successful passer in the past, but God, he looks like shit.
Dude, some of those throws, like the one he threw in the dirt, I think it was to Bird coming back, and honestly, Myers and Bird were like the only guys that are actually, from watching the game, that are out there working their ass off.
Yeah,
the rest of them look like they didn't even want to be there, and I wonder if it's just a lack of confidence right now. I think Cam is a guy that needs to go out there and needs to play cocky and play with that, and he does not look like he has it right now. It almost like he has, like, I don't know.
Well, he's certainly not going to get any help with Julian Edelman off the field. Not that he was really throwing at Jules that much to begin with, but
and I think
just without that presence on the field, now all of a sudden your best receiver is
I think N'Keal Harry's out this weekend too.
Probably, I think so, with the head injury.
Yeah, so he's out too.
Yeah.
So,
regardless, I think this is a big opportunity to bounce back. The Bills are not who we thought they were early on in the year. Their
defense is not.
Yeah, and their offense has been shit the last 2 to 3 weeks. They didn't score a touchdown against the Jets. They put up 6 field goals.
Yeah, true.
They should. I'm just saying.
Have you heard about the weather tomorrow too?
Yeah, it's supposed to be
40-mile-an-hour winds.
Really?
So I think that could actually benefit us. Let's just fucking pound the rock.
Our defense is going to step up tomorrow and remind us that they're not what they were a few years ago, but they're still a solid defense. I bet they come out and force a few turnovers. That's why I'm starting their defense in fantasy. Yeah.
How short of a leash do you have Cam on?
Not that short. I mean,
if
he looks that bad.
It's shorter, but, like, what's your next option?
That's my thing, too. If he goes out and he plays like he did in the first half, like he did last against San Francisco, I think you have to pull him. Yeah. But then Stidham's so bad, too. He came into the game on Sunday, threw an interception, and it's like, do you go to Brian Hoyer? Like, no. I've heard people joke around and say that you should go with Hoyer, and when you get to the red zone, put in Cam in the red zone. I wouldn't rule something like that. I know that sounds
it's not
crazy,
the worst thing
but
I've ever heard.
this is kind of what Belichick gets. You kind of ignored the position. You waited for the last guy to be there, and this is kind of what you get. You're getting. They're only paying their quarterbacks like $2 million, and it's showing right now because you're getting zero good quarterback play the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think that's maybe seeping into the confidence of the rest of the team, and kind of leaning on that. I think I blame a lot of the struggles of this season on Bill. I mean, like, look at the weapons they have on offense. There's fucking nobody. Like, he can't draft anymore the last few years, and that's another thing. If they're going to be sellers at the deadline, I don't even know if I can trust that guy to go make a decent pick now.
Maybe
Right. Yeah, you'd end up like moving Gilmore for like a 5th round pick or something. That seems like a move that Bill would make.
maybe in their heads, this was always a bridge year or a gap year, and so they kept the expectations low. They didn't.
But then
wanna
why
go
would
out
they
and
bring
make
in
moves.
Cam? I mean, I guess if you
They brought him in for like $1 million
bucks, but
and maybe that's why they haven't been making much moves, trying to bring in weapons, etc. They're content with just coasting.
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
But what changes after this year? You know, bridge year. What does that bridge lead to?
Well, caps. I know they're gonna have a lot of cap space
Sure.
this offseason, and load
Are
up
they
in
actually
the
going to go
draft.
out and fucking spend the money though? That's the thing.
Well, I mean, I think
They've spent it in the past.
Hardly. I mean, I feel like the only big free agent they've ever really gone out and got was Gilmore, where they actually paid the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which he looks like he's somebody who might be moved before the deadline.
Maybe. Remember you were talking about Matt Ryan getting traded to the Niners. Maybe the Pats will go get an established pocket passer like a Matt Ryan type this offseason. I would be totally fine with that.
I would
Then
like
I would love Matt Ryan. In
Not
a
necessarily
form.
just Matt Ryan, but any
a guy like that.
Yeah, like
Matt Stafford.
yes, something like that would be cool. And then I
Yeah.
would be totally fine with them unloading.
I
their
feel like Matt
weapons.
Stafford would be desperate to get out of Detroit.
There's no reason to go get weapons on the offensive end right now with the quarterbacks we have, because then it could just be a waste of money.
And also, what are we like to be a buyer for? What, to go maybe make the division, win the division?
You're not touching Kansas City or Baltimore.
Are you even winning a
or
playoff
Pittsburgh.
game at this point right now? So why go use assets? I would be getting rid of the assets to get stuff back right now.
I agree.
So I don't know. What else was I gonna say? But have you heard about this whole Gilmore thing? How his house is for sale right now. So I think
they want an offer in before the deadline.
I think he's going to be gone before the deadline, and they better get at least a 2nd round pick for him. I know he's 30
anything less than a 2nd round pick is
He is,
you're
he's
just
the reigning
giving him away.
defensive player of the year. So better.
I know he's 30 years old, but come on, you got to get something for him.
Yeah,
and I guess he's only due $7 million next year, and there's no way he's going to want to play for that. So that's why they think he's gone regardless, because they're just going to ship him out in the off season.
All right, but you should still be able to get a 2nd round pick out of a team that's contending.
Especially if you can find a team that'll come out and say we'll pay you, we want you around.
Yeah.
Another guy I would think about moving is Tooney, who's on that franchise tag. He's not going to be here next year either, and he's on the tag for $16 million.
Yeah, I've heard them talking about moving Tooney.
Get a 2nd round pick there too.
But it just sucks when you have a really solid offensive lineman, and if you're trying to do this rebuild, you usually start with the line,
right?
So
I know what you mean.
It seems a little redundant, but because what are they going to trade him? Use that pick, go get another offensive lineman? But it is the money that he's going to want probably.
If they go and beat Buffalo tomorrow, they really could get in at 8-8, 9-7. Buffalo will have lost 3 games in a row. Miami's 3-3. The Jets are done.
Sure.
But
the Pats are getting. If they win against Buffalo tomorrow, in my opinion, they're getting the 9 wins, because you got to think they're going to see the Jets one more time. They're going to see the Dolphins. Jets two more times. The Dolphins once. So that's already enough wins to get you to 6. They're going to come up big in at least one of the games against a good team.
You would hope.
And then they have the Bills again, where if they can handle the Bills once, they probably can have a good chance.
But if they lose tomorrow, it's over.
Yeah, I'm done with them. I don't care. I want them to. I'll be rooting for them to lose.
Sell,
let's not say let's not pretend.
Not literally, but
no, I know
for
you
draft
mean.
Standing.
Yeah, you want to get up high up in the draft as possible.
Yeah. But let's not pretend like this team hasn't competed earlier this season. I mean, they almost beat Seattle in Seattle.
Beat Kansas City.
Yeah,
I just don't get what is
great
happening.
Win against the Raiders.
Yeah, great win. Yeah, exactly.
I just don't know what has
looked
happened.
Good.
They've
the last
fallen
apart.
They've fallen apart.
It's all right. Teams go through hiccups. we do have one, like, a stretch of the season that we can look on that was like, all right, these guys showed that they can play. Where are you going to be able to find that again and recollect yourselves?
Which I believe you can.
I'm predicting a bounce back. I mean, how often do you see 3 shit games in a row from a Belichick team?
That's when Brady was the quarterback, though. So
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. I lack confidence in them, so we'll
I do too.
I don't know.
Honestly.
I'll choose them to do the spread.
It's
the
feel
Bills.
good.
It's
It
the
doesn't-
4. What are
doesn't
they?
feel
4-3 now. They're not.
So you're picking them to win tomorrow.
I'm picking them to win tomorrow, and maybe even by double digits.
Win or lose tomorrow.
I think the Bills win.
All right. You probably are regretting not doing that bet that you backed off on 3
With the
times.
steak dinner?
Yeah.
Hey, I had the Bills.
Yeah, that's not funny. There's something else.
Go back to the tape.
Oh yeah, so we had this talk before. Now seeing how bad the quarterback play is, would you have taken away that 6th Super Bowl to have hung on to Garoppolo?
No.
No.
You don't
Okay.
trade a Super Bowl.
I wouldn't
Because
budge
Super Bowls
either.
aren't guaranteed.
I thought maybe you said. I think you might have said the other opposition stance on last time, but it's whatever. I was just throwing it out there, just seeing how
So
bad
is that
it is
why you
now.
brought it up?
No,
Catch me on
just
that.
throwing it out there.
Okay, yeah, sure. No, I wouldn't. Because you think Garoppolo is going to take you to... I guess he took San Francisco there.
I mean, no, but it's better than what's going on right now. So,
I feel like it was San Francisco took him there.
Yeah, that's true.
no, yeah. Just
But-
like Ryan Tannehill got taken to the AFC Championship game by his running.
No.
Who
that's
I am now,
completely false. Ryan Tannehill's numbers are great.
Okay, but he got carried. They got carried by the running back, by Derrick Henry, into that championship game.
That helped boast his numbers, but he still did what he had to do.
How many yards did Henry run for in that game against Baltimore in the playoffs? Like,
Okay, that's one
200
game.
or something?
How many games did Ryan Tannehill win because of all the yards that he threw for and all the touchdowns that he threw for?
Yeah, Tannehill looked great this past Sunday when he blew that game.
He didn't
Against
blow
the
it.
Steelers.
Steven
Did he throw a
Gostkowski
pick?
threw it.
Oh, no, that's right. He did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess
You're a
Gostkowski.
hater, dude.
I am a little bit of a hater on Tannehill. I don't like him.
Always drinking haterade.
All right, you guys got any best and worst moments?
So, my best / worst moment was the Falcons losing by scoring a touchdown. I mean, what other way?
That was actually one of mine, too.
Like, that's such a Falcon way to lose the game.
Did you see that came out during the week of the mics, like the inside, whatever they call it, the hot mic, where Matt Ryan told Gurley in the huddle?
Oh yeah, I
don't
did
go
hear.
in,
I did
don't
hear
score.
that like everybody was privy on it. Like,
I
score.
think he scored intentionally. I'm
Do
not
you?
kidding either.
But he
You're
looked like he
you're that athletic. You're telling me that you can't control your body weight to not fall in the end zone. Guys want to get their touchdowns. They want their numbers to look good. They know they have this whole fantasy mob coming after them.
I won my fantasy matchup because of that play.
No
I
kidding.
would have lost.
No
if he didn't
kidding.
go in there.
I think he got in with the thought that they only have like 50 seconds to score. This isn't going to matter.
So you think it was?
I'm going to go get my touchdown. I think it was an acting job trying to fake not getting in the end zone.
So you think it was So you think it was just a great acting job?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
I
know
feel like he
that's
almost.
cynical.
I kind of because you're right, dude. Like, what kind of athlete can't just drop their body to the floor?
Trust me. And he wasn't even. It's not even like he got hit. I'm going to pull it up sometime during this
Yeah,
episode.
his momentum carried him in. Air
No,
quotes.
not even though. Like it was so soft, man.
It looked like he. Stopped.
You know, you could just down yourself with your knees and hold the ball back. Like, come on, you're not fooling me.
Yeah.
He definitely stopped to think about it, and then it's like, what's going through his head right there? Like,
It looked like he
I'll
fell
just fall
forward.
forward.
I'm gonna break
Yeah.
the play, but then pretend like I didn't want to.
One
That's
of
just
my-
how I feel.
One of my worst moments is Andy Dalton gets absolutely fucking killed,
Rocked.
and none of his teammates come to his aid. Like they should have been.
Is that
on
true?
That
I
dude.
didn't see that.
They were talking about it all on ESPN during the week. Like nobody went after that guy that hit him.
No
like
shit.
that just shows that team has zero fucking fight, and it goes all the way up to the
Zero
fucking.
camaraderie. They hate their coaches. That
They
team,
said it like we talked about last
Yep.
episode. It goes all the way to this idiot Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
I can't believe I thought he was going to be a good fit for them.
I thought I was right there with you though. I thought that he.
Well, he
was
had the
gonna-
offense clicking a little bit with Dak, but it's more being a head coach is more than having a good offense.
Hey, at least they only gave up what was it like 22 points or something, and not like 30 something like they usually do.
Yeah. Yeah. That. Anyways, moving on. My worst moment was seeing my Tennessee Titans lose with Gostkowski missing a fucking 43-yard kick.
Send it to OT.
Dude.
Steelers are a better team.
He's kicked some clutch kicks this year. He's missed some bunnies.
You can't. Yeah.
You can't miss that fucking kick, dude.
If you want to be considered a clutch kicker, you can't be going like
Oh my god, that was
2 for 4
brutal
in the
to
clutch
see.
on the season.
And like, I hate the Steelers. I hate Big Ben. I hate Mike Tomlin.
I think they're likable right now for some reason. I
like
them a
the
lot.
story of Roethlisberger coming back.
Yeah,
from the
I like
Tommy
the fact
John
that
surgery.
Juju-
Ever since I found out about Roethlisberger being a fucking pervert in college and shit, and like that time that he like sexually assaulted that girl, I never liked that. Never liked that guy.
Well,
we had to open that can of worms. So
well,
now I guess I have to say I don't like Ben Roethlisberger.
I also
you do have to say that.
I like their defense. I know
Yeah,
you
the
guys.
defense is nasty.
I know you guys probably don't like Mike Tomlin. Something about him I like. He actually fights for his players. He's very energetic.
I can respect that about the guy, but I think he's a fucking clown.
All right, and on top of that, I like the storyline of like the weapons, like Juju and all these unnamed receivers thriving when Antonio Brown's been bouncing around after he was such an asshole to Juju and all these guys right before he left, like telling them that.
Has Juju really been doing that much?
He's just kind of like coasting. I think when his time comes.
More the other guys around him.
I mean, he's the number one target now. You don't hear him like getting upset about it. He's just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah.
It's funny that you brought that up because I saw this video on Twitter today, and it was when. So you remember when Brown got fucking drilled by Burfict?
Yeah, and then Juju nailed Burfict,
and then Brown like was hating on Juju last year, and like he had his back. Dude, he fucking leveled Burfict bad. Like,
that's not who Juju is.
No,
he's like a happy-go-lucky gamer.
He was very young then, and I didn't know much about him, but now you would not think he would be a guy that would do that to somebody, but he had his teammates back, and Brown
is a good guy.
I suppose I can agree with the fact that like you lose a generational talent in Antonio Brown, and you lose a star-studded running back in Le'Veon Bell, and you come back and you're still probably one of the favorites.
That's a testament to Mike Tomlin. It really is.
You're right. But I just hate the Steelers. I hate them.
Maybe they saw that Le'Veon Bell was going to be declining, and they were like, "We're just going to." I mean, obviously that's a part of the reason why they didn't pay him, but like. Yeah. Look at him now. Like he was asking for like the biggest contract in running back history for the league, and now he's bouncing around as a free agent, getting cut from the Jets.
Did he play this past weekend?
He played. Yeah. He got like.
Did he?
Yeah, he had like 8 carries for 40 yards or something.
Oh, so he didn't even do much.
Yeah,
but no, like some of my best moments are just there was a lot of great games.
There were
Seattle, Arizona, Pittsburgh,
awesome. Yep,
Pittsburgh,
Cleveland, awesome. Cincinnati,
Cleveland
and I think there was one more.
Yeah, I was kind of rooting for Joey B to get that win because he deserved it. I thought.
Yeah, but he's the man.
Yeah. He's looking good. I mean, it's good.
Even
to see
though I'm
a young
Baker fan,
I
think I'm the only Baker fan sitting down here right now.
Not a huge Mayfield
He won
guy.
me a bet on that game-winning touchdown.
Jump on, dude.
I have a foot on, but I still
guy.
know who he is at heart. And he's no Joe Burrow.
So, actually, do I have any? Oh yeah, another just quick best moment is.
I have a best moment too.
Okay, the Lions. So they're 3-3. It's a team that I shit on a lot. I shit on Matt Patricia.
I love
he's a clown. I mean, good for them. They got the 3-3. So I mean, they haven't played any great teams, but I honestly thought that Patricia was going to be at the point where he's going to get fired. So
they're playing hard for him.
Yeah, he's still. I think he's still.
Do you remember them last year? They were like a team that we always respected. At least I did. But
something
they
happened.
They were like one play in like 5 different games from winning a game. And
yeah, they're notorious for blowing all these fourth quarter
so like
leads.
last year, like at the beginning of the year, they could have been like 5-2 to start the season, and it ended up being like 2-3-1 or some crazy shit like that.
And then, so I know this is actually this week, but that Thursday night game, man, I was getting so mad watching that game because I have DJ Moore in fantasy. And Bridgewater, that fucking asshole, doesn't even like look his way.
Are you kidding me? I hit him on that bomb.
at least,
he targeted him like 3 times. And he waited until the very end.
At least he did catch that deep ball, so he finished.
Atlanta's secondary is fucking horrible. God forbid you take a shot downfield once.
Okay, but it was very rainy and.
Dude,
the conditions were not
horrible.
The conditions were not good. If it makes you feel better, Robbie Anderson didn't really do much either. He had like 6 for 80 or something like that.
Aikman even said it during the broadcast that the Falcons were doing nothing
bad.
special on Moore too, and Bridgewater just
I don't like
loves himself some Robbie Anderson apparently.
Well, he only had 2 more catches.
Apparently Moore was like. Did you hear the announcers during the game? They were saying that Moore was heated at halftime because of his targets.
Dude, he should be getting.
So he's getting on his bad graces.
In a game script like that. So in a game where it's rainy, right? Like you should be looking at DJ Moore because he's a catch and run type of guy.
Yeah.
Like fucking throw him the ball into the slot.
DJ
and
Moore, total asshole. I wouldn't throw to him either.
Total asshole.
Why is he an asshole?
I just don't like him. If you know me, you know I don't like him.
I think you'd love him if he was on your fantasy team though.
No, I'm never picking for a reason.
Just because you think he's an asshole, so you don't pick him?
I just know he's a fraud fantasy receiver. That's all
bullshit.
I gotta
I
say.
mean, I still think coming into the week he was like fringe top 10 in standard. But
I mean, in our PPR league, he's like top 10 receiver.
No.
I'll pull it up right now.
No chance.
Brady and the Bucks
Maybe not.
continue
Maybe top 20.
to roll.
Who?
The fucking
Oh, yeah, that
Bucks.
was my best moment. It was Brady.
sorry, I forgot
Brady
that
lighting
one.
it up, throwing to
Oh,
five
he's just
different
he's
receivers.
just the wide receiver 7 on the year.
Those stats are skewed, by the way.
Why?
No, because they don't.
How are they skewed?
Because I had people who had only played like 3 or 4 games and they were averaging a lot, and they were like ranking them way
Okay,
lower.
well, he hasn't missed any games. He's stayed healthy, so he's better than
He's buns.
Wide receiver 7.
No.
Anyways, you were saying Brady and the
No,
Bucks.
I'm just. Are you ready to say they're the best team in the NFC?
Brady and the Bucks.
Yeah.
No,
I might do it too. I think you look. Brady's playing great right now.
Seahawks just took their L.
They got a great running game. They got great weapons. The offensive line is solid.
Defense
the
is
defense
coming
is
around.
stepping up.
their defense is nasty.
I wouldn't say nasty, but it's coming
Their
around.
their rush defense. I don't think they've let a single running back go over 70 yards against them this year.
I think they're a more complete team than Seattle. Seattle's secondary is really bad. And once again, that showed Sunday night. Kyler Murray's moving the ball down the field like it's nothing against them.
Yeah.
So, no, I just wanted to quickly bring that up because I just think it's looking a lot better for Brady than it is for Belichick right now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how people fall under that,
Okay,
whole
well,
debate.
give Belichick all the weapons that Brady's got working with. And
I just want to bring this up, speaking of DJ Moore. So I have DJ Moore is 7th ranked, averaging 15.7 a game.
Yep.
Justin Jefferson hasn't missed a game. They've just had one bye. So he's averaging 19.2, which is 4 more than what DJ Moore is averaging, yet Justin Jefferson is the 15th ranked. So it just doesn't make sense.
Why? I don't get it.
What are they going off to rank that? Total points scored?
I get it must be. I actually thought it was average.
It's just,
I did too. I thought it was average.
Funny you bring
Whack
up a guy in your
statistic.
fantasy team, though.
Yeah, I just had to because I have all the receivers. So, but yeah, hopefully Cooper Kupp can go out and get a touchdown this week against Miami.
Jesse's been sweating because he just made the worst trade deal in fantasy history.
Trade he probably didn't even need to make either.
Well,
First
He
place.
did
then
get
you-
Derrick Henry out of it.
Kenyon Drake, I finally got rid of that fantasy
Yes,
cancer.
that is a nightmare to get rid of.
And
This might sound fucked up, but I was a little happy he went down and got hurt. Because I have Chase Edmonds on my
You're the one
bench,
who
too.
always calls Jesse out.
yeah,
about
way
that.
to lose credibility on. I knew I was never saying that.
Well, no, you did say it, but I just said it now, too. So we both
But
look
I
like
needed to make a
assholes.
running back move. That the pressure was that I had Sanders and Drake both out. Drake for multiple more weeks. Sanders out for this week. I can't go.
Yeah,
into
and
this week
even
trying-
when Drake comes back, it's going to be a lot of Chase Edmonds in my opinion.
Oh, especially if he does good in this period of time.
Yeah,
I think that's just
which
gonna,
I think he will because
Yeah.
he's a stud.
I think it's just going to be like a Cardinals running back thing where
I
guy
just
gets hyped up coming into the season, and then they don't give him the ball enough.
Yeah.
Like it happened to David Johnson last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? My pressure to pull this move was that I'm feeling the heat. I want to make sure I keep this game lead, and I can't go into this week trying to keep a game lead with my running backs being Malcolm Brown and Jermichael Hasty from the Niners, who I paid $75 for.
Yeah, you paid that much,
He
dude.
was
I picked up
projected
14,
14, and now he's projected 8.
because
I
Coleman's
picked up
No,
Tevin
Coleman
and
is
Coleman.
look. Coleman looked
I
like
picked
he's
up
coming off
Tevin
the
Coleman
IR.
for free, and I might start him this week.
Yeah, that's great. Let me see what he's
Sorry,
projected.
he's projected 10.
It's more than the guy I paid for.
So it was a pretty good, I thought, good sign to see Des Bryant get picked up by Baltimore. Like, he's probably not going to be much, but I mean, I feel like this guy deserved
But
another
he
shot.
got signed to the practice squad. Do you think he's going to make the team?
No, he might not
Probably
even make
not,
the team.
but I mean, like, is this the first time this guy's
I mean,
gotten
good
an
for him.
opportunity?
Other than the
I hope he
Saints.
does make the team. I mean, Des Bryant's another one of those guys whose ego is way too big, but you know, I like the Ravens. I like Des. What are you showing him?
He's like upset about the trade that I made.
I'm
And,
not upset about it.
oh, you think that I won the trade?
I don't know, honestly.
Well,
I thought you
Mostert's-
were looking for a running back.
Yeah, Fournette. But Mostert's gonna. Do you see? Look at my team.
Is
So
Mostert
pretty much,
hurt?
Jesse just. I did a trade in one of my leagues in standard, and it was Raheem Mostert for Leonard Fournette and Fullingham from the Eagles.
Travis Fulgham, man.
I have no running backs on my team right now other than
Wait, so you gave up Mostert?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on the IR for another 2 weeks. They come back against the Saints.
Yikes!
Then he's on the bye. So I'm literally gonna have maybe
Yikes!
I was like, yikes.
Gaskin's
Bad
good,
thing.
man.
Yeah, but then I have nobody else. Look at my
You could have
roster.
streamed one for a week until Edmonds was ready to go.
Nah, I like the move. Fournette's got the Giants on Monday night.
Fournette's not doing garbage, but I'll tell you what, Fulgham's not bad.
Is
Even though
Rojo
probably-
out or something, or is Fournette?
He's got McCaffrey on IR on his team and Kenyon Drake out.
Oh, okay. All right,
That's what I'm saying. I need a running back for this week. I'm 2-5. It's a must-win week, so I had to pull the trigger.
Yeah, moving on.
But where the fuck are we at? Oh yeah, this is a question. So Trevor Lawrence, he's obviously going to be the number 1 pick if he goes into the draft.
If he survives COVID.
Yeah, true. Yeah. By the way, BC almost pulled off the upset today over Clemson.
Yeah, so you texted me saying like,
oh my god,
you were like,
Boston.
This BC quarterback sucks. I'm like, why the fuck is RJ watching BC? I didn't even realize they were playing Clemson.
I don't
really
watch. I have
football.
like little to no interest in college
won.
football, but I turned it on. It was the 4th quarter. That quarterback for BC fucking sucks. Like at the end of that game, he's chucking the ball down the field. But if you're Trevor Lawrence, what team are you rooting for to get the number 1 pick? Like realistically, that right now is
Who's
at like
in the
1 or
running
2
for
wins.
it right now?
So you got the Giants, the Jets, the Bengals.
Well, the Giants.
Well, obviously
I don't,
not
think,
the Bengals.
I don't think the Giants are going to move on from Danny Dimes, right? The Bengals are up. They have Joe Burrow. So
I think the Giants would move on from him if they are sitting there at 1,
agree.
where they could take Trevor Lawrence.
You think so? I actually think
I think Washington will definitely take a quarterback too.
Washington would. Yeah, Dwayne
so that could be a
Haskins is
team.
not the answer. I kind of like Sam Darnold. I think he gets a bad rep in
The
New York.
Jets will take him too. Either of those New York teams will dump those quarterbacks. I swear.
But I mean, so like New York's not a bad place to live. So if I'm Trevor Lawrence and I want one of those teams, it's definitely the Giants, in my opinion. I think they have a little bit more stable ownership. I think, regardless, Adam Gase is going to be out of there in New York. So it really depends who they bring in. Maybe that'll be a more better destination.
Maybe they'll bring in Davos Swinney and just let
that'd be
come
sick,
coach
actually.
Trevor Lawrence.
That would be cool.
But right now, like if I'm the Vikings, I would fucking tank. They're at 1 win. They're playing Green Day
they're
this
1-5,
week.
right?
Yeah, so then they're going to be 1-6. There's probably still like realistically no way they finish dead last, just because the Jets might not win a game all year.
Yeah.
And you think the Minnesota's at least going to win a few games, but
Probably.
the Vikings roster's pretty fucking good. And
They've been in a lot of games too. They really should be like a 3-3 team.
I think Kirk Cousins already has like 7 picks on the year or something crazy like that. He's a guy that I used to like, but he's just not it.
You like that?
Well, that's the thing is like he'll go out and he'll suck for like 4 weeks in a row, and then like the 5th week he'll put up like 370 yards and 4 touchdowns and look fucking amazing.
So like if you're one of these teams that's shitty, would like the Texans, would you think about like trading off JJ Watt to get a bunch back? I've heard his name get thrown around.
I heard the Saints might be interested in him. Yeah, I would.
Sell him to a contender.
Texans aren't making the playoffs this year. They should know that.
Why not?
JJ Watt can't even stay healthy.
I was just gonna say he's a walking injury.
Wouldn't be surprised if they traded David Johnson too, because that dude's just of no use.
But
over there.
nobody wants David Johnson.
Somebody you'd be surprised. Maybe some team that's contending
for
would
like
take him.
3rd or 4th rounder. I don't think you're gonna get much for him.
You're really not gonna. That's the thing. You're just not gonna get a lot back.
I think you could.
You think you get like
3rd or 4th rounder? I think that would benefit the Texans.
Yeah,
I would definitely if it was with David Johnson for a 3rd rounder, I would fucking.
And then if you can flip JJ Watt for a couple picks, then you have 3 extra picks this year.
So these NFC East teams have to be in a weird position, whether they should be, I don't want to say buyers, but like if they should sell off some of their team, but they're pretty much all in the division race right now. So
What, the NFC East?
Yeah, that's what I'm
is it
saying.
Still like a two game from top to bottom difference.
yeah. So I don't know what those teams are gonna do, but a game I'm looking forward to this weekend is Steelers Ravens tomorrow at 1:00.
Big
Can't
time.
wait.
Oh, it's a 1:00 too.
I'm looking forward to Seahawks Niners. I think
that's
that'll
another
actually be a
good
good game.
I mean, honestly, besides, I'm really looking forward to the Pats game, obviously, but I like Rams Raiders. I think that's a good game.
Yeah, I was looking at
between
that.
two.
I think that game's gonna be a shootout.
Two like top 5 teams in their respective conference. They're not like one of the top 3 teams in their conference, but they're both solid. So I like that game.
I agree.
I think I read something that the Raiders have given up like almost 30 plus points every single week so far. So they've been giving up
there
a
you go.
lot of points.
Then it will be a shootout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Waller's gonna go off.
Which
tomorrow.
is-
I already know it.
Yeah, I mean, anytime the Raiders need to move the ball, it's not that good for me and Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs only eats when they're winning.
He's really. I thought he was gonna have a crazy good year, and it just hasn't happened.
I mean,
at all.
there's like 2 weeks that he's like put up a like big weeks, but other than that, it's been buns.
Yeah.
That was my first round pick.
Okay, let's do
I
a
can
little.
relate. Drake was mine.
Do a little Celtics talk. The Gordon Hayward trade rumors are still heating up. I think he's gone. I honestly do. Whether they trade him or he's going to opt
I
out
haven't
of his
seen
deal.
any of them be credible though. Like,
What do you mean?
I haven't seen any sources on these. I've just seen these like spin pages like Legion Hoops saying like, "What do you think of this Hayward deal?"
I
Like,
think
it
I did
works.
see a credible source.
Really?
I do. I don't know the guy's name. I don't remember off the top of my head, but sure. I mean, I has it been reported by one of these Woj or Shams?
Yeah, I mean it's
type
only
dudes?
a good deal in my opinion if you're getting back a big man. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
useless
the
deal, in my
only
opinion.
that's the only reason.
You might as well at that point just eat the last year of his contract and let him be your sixth man again because he's a solid bench player.
So if he opts out and leaves, don't we not get that money back? I thought something
don't
like
know
that.
How that works. I'm sure you get some sort of compensation.
Yeah, but for some reason, like I know he's on the books for like what 30-something million. I don't think you get that back in cap space for some reason.
No, I bet you get some of it back.
But I'm
You
not
have to.
probably not the majority of it. At least that's what I've been. We
I don't know
we don't need
enough
to dive
on
into
I don't know
contract
enough about the
talks
situation, but
because it gets confusing when you start talking about like contracts like that. But I mean, I think it'd be a step in the right direction if you can move that contract and get a big back or big back. So.
Who could you get for him though? I saw like one article that I was reading was saying like Rudy Gobert and somebody else was thrown out, but like you'd have to package a pretty sizable deal to make that happen.
I don't want Rudy Gobert. I don't like.
I would take Rudy Gobert.
I would love Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
You don't like him?
No.
He's like
So walking 10-10 and 5 blocks.
yeah, seriously. He's
Might
like
just
one of the
be like
he's like one of the best defenders in the
I
league.
just think he's an idiot.
Why? Because of the COVID thing?
Yeah.
okay. They're all idiots.
Well, he's like, oh, I'm gonna touch all the fucking mics.
He's a playful guy.
He's a moron.
If it was... Yeah, I don't want to give up too much.
Drummond has been thrown out.
Nah, if we have to package like Hayward, Smart, and like Rob Williams, that's not going to help us if we just get one established player back. Because that's
if we're
that's like
packaging
a
that,
huge chunk out of our team.
Yeah.
Not really Rob Williams though.
You
Don't
saw him
sleep
getting
on
thrown.
him,
No,
man.
it's not
Okay,
even
but
sleeping on him at this point.
How much
he
of an
was
impact-
getting worked into the team a lot towards the last end,
But he didn't
of
really
this
have
year.
that much of an impact because Stevens wouldn't let him have an impact.
It was
though,
matchup
so.
based. We saw games where he had an impact, and he's going into year 3 now, or is it year 2?
year 3.
Year 3. He's definitely going to be in the rotation next year if he's on the Celtics.
I hope he
You
is.
bet-
I love.
I mean,
Robert
if you're going to
Williams.
hang on to him, he should be. So
So I'm saying you're getting rid of three players that are important to your team's success next year if you're doing that package.
And Marcus Smart is of vital importance in my opinion.
I'd be fine if they moved on from Smart.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you better get something fucking killer in return. That's all I got to say, or else it's a
What do you
lose
What do you
now
mean when
move.
you say killer?
If you're gonna package him and Hayward, you better be getting like a
starting
top,
center.
or a star center at that
A
point.
star center?
What do
Well,
you
like
mean
a
you
top
say?
15 center?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if you're
somebody in
moving
the top
Hayward,
half of
Smart,
that.
and picks, I
Yeah.
want someone who's very established, former All-Star.
So
Stuff
you
like
wouldn't
that.
do like to get Miles Turner?
I would not package Hayward and Smart for Miles Turner. No,
No, I'd do it.
that would be.
I would consider
And then if you
that.
get
would
somebody
be
else on
not
the
smart.
Pacers, I mean, Hayward is going to get hurt anyways. He's not really even going to really contribute to this team that much.
I hope they move him, man. What does he do? $34 million next year?
Instead of assuming he's going to get hurt, I'm going to assume he's not going to get hurt.
Okay, but
until
that's
he
the
gets
wrong
hurt.
thing to assume though, because he gets hurt every year though.
Lately, not if you look at the first 4 or 5 years of his career.
Yeah, that's not really that fair to assume that he's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Since he's been on the Celtics, yes, it is. He
What?
gets hurt every year.
All right, the one was a freak
ankle
injury, so you
injury.
take
Okay,
that
but
away.
he still has been hurt the last 2 years since
So
then.
basically, he's had 1 year with injury problems because I'm not going to call that compound fracture or dislocation.
Maybe it's
Injury
just
prone.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
a
that could
freak
happen
accident.
to anybody.
maybe it's just something about him being a Celtic. He's just going to get hurt every year. I think it's
if
in
we have
play.
a healthy Hayward next year, don't forget he was averaging 17 and 5 over the season.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll just walk out and just take a phone call.
Taking
Yeah.
a phone call in the
gonna
middle
be,
of our
we're
episode?
going to be accepting applications for a third guy now. So you can get on that. You can slide into my Twitter DMs. But that was just okay.
It's not even any words.
I don't even know what that just was.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. So when do you think this new season should start?
Uh,
Because
Weren't they saying January?
Now apparently the players... Well, no, they were saying Christmas is what the league wants. But now some of the players are having some pushback, and they want it to be like middle of January.
I think they should have it in the middle of January. I
No,
don't think they should jump back to it too soon.
Christmas.
Why?
Because they already are... The season's already going to be shortened because they want it to be done before
Well, I suppose
the Olympics. Because the Olympics are next summer now.
Yeah. I suppose that, there was, 16 teams that made it to the bubble, so...
More than that. I think it was like 24 or something.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, you still have had 6-7 teams that didn't have to go.
Right. So those guys have been chilling for a
And
while.
still, if, say, training camp starts beginning December, I mean, the Heat and Lakers still get a solid month and a half off.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
I think January is an appropriate time. I think that's... is this something that's going to have to go through, like, the Players Association and the league? Or is this just something that the league is going to...
Probably both. Probably has to get agreed on.
So if it goes through... If the Players Association has any sort of say in it, then I think that it's going to be sometime in January. And I'm fine with that.
I wonder how... Because I think they're already saying a 72-game season for starting in December. Mm-hmm. So I wonder how... Because they can't push it back too far because, like I said, the Olympics are next summer. So, I mean, maybe we're looking at like a 60-game regular season. But regardless, I would like to see them finish this season, or at least the season of 21-22, we can get back to a normal 82-game schedule that starts in the middle of October. And then there's like these rumors going around this week with the Bucks guard situation.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
Yeah, so it's like Oladipo's getting thrown around, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry. I think Chris Paul or Kyle Lowry would be a good fit.
Great fit
with them. They need a guard,
like a smart guard, not a Bledsoe type guard.
Yeah, nah, Bledsoe's a fucking bum. I just think they
smart
need something.
Pass first point guard.
Out of those three guards, who do you think would be the best fit?
I mean, Chris Paul, obviously. Kyle Lowry, slide him in there just the same.
I think maybe the Chris Paul trade is more likely, wouldn't you say? Because I don't know if Toronto would be willing to move on from Lowry, where I think the Thunder would with Paul.
Well, I think the Oladipo deal would probably be most likely, in my opinion.
Yeah, because doesn't he want to get traded?
Yeah, he doesn't want to be in Indiana.
Yeah, but what does that really get you if you trade for Depot? You're still gonna have like you're still gonna have a shaky point guard.
Right, like I feel like Depot's numbers are sort of gassed up because he's played on shit teams for a while.
And after this injury, he looked. I don't know if you guys watched a shit ton of that Pacers series, but he looked very bad in that series. Like washed up. I know he was. It was his first gameplay from injury, but still, he did not look that good.
Still probably a pretty big upgrade, though, over Bledsoe.
I mean, he's not even... Depot's not even a point guard. Yes, it's a relative upgrade, but, like, he's not a point guard.
It is an upgrade,
Depot
but,
is not a point guard.
Eric Bledsoe's not a bum. I don't think he's a bum.
He's certainly not a winner, like a winning player.
But I think he's a solid backup point guard for a team.
I mean, that's fine, but Oladipo is a starter. And
right.
Sure, I mean, like you said, Jesse, he's not a point guard. But no, that being said, I think Chris Paul would be the best fit for them in there. I mean, they got to do whatever they can to please Giannis.
Giannis would be nice. That would be fun to see, honestly.
So, Jesse, what do you think about Habib retiring?
Good for him. I'm alright with it. Like, he did what you wanted to do, but I heard Dana White said he's going to come back for a 30th fight.
So every time a fighter says that they retire, they end up fighting again, right?
Not always. Like, it's 70% of the time.
Happens a lot.
So the
this guy,
of the time,
I really believed him when he said I'm not. He said he promised either his dad or he promised Allah. Those are two pretty powerful entities.
Yeah.
So I really, and he's a man of his word. I believed what he had to say.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when he came out and said I made a promise to my dad, this is my last fight, and
I thought
that. Once I read that, I was like, all right, this guy's definitely not fighting.
Then businessman
anymore.
Dana's hitting him up probably right after the fight.
Yo, we'll give you a huge pay raise.
What's up with that?
$50 million.
What's up with that comment? We already talked about this. You're coming back for
Listen
a 30th.
to me. I talked to your dad. He wanted you to fight more.
Yeah, like a complete lie, just saying it. So you can get a few more.
So the title's still going to be vacant though at the 155-pound division. Who would you match up? I think it's probably going to be McGregor versus Poirier. But my dream fight is McGregor-Gaethje. So I'd like to see that fight happen.
I want to see Diaz-Gaethje, and then I want to see McGregor-Poirier, and I want to see...
Winners fight.
Okay.
Because there's this dude from Bellator, Chandler, that's getting thrown around too. So he could actually be a contender in the division.
Come on, Diaz-Gaethje.
That'd be a really good fight.
I would love that.
Quickly, tonight, who you picking, Hall or Silva?
I'm
going to go Uriah Hall.
Yeah. Probably
take
by
Silva.
brutal
I
knockout.
think Silva's like 45 or
Yeah,
46
he's an
now.
old
He's not that old. I don't even know if he's 40.
I'm pretty sure he's 44 or 45. Look up how old Anderson Silva is.
I will.
Either way, yeah, he's definitely washed. I know this is not the sport where you do like the farewell game type situation.
No.
Silva is 45 years old.
Well,
Oh
I
my
stand
God.
corrected again.
Jeez.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if
No,
it's soccer or basketball or baseball, they can have a farewell performance. Not in UFC cage fighting.
You can't have a foot out the door in a cage fight. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be. Your head can't be elsewhere.
Yeah,
You're gonna
like,
get fucking
he
killed.
has nothing to win here. Like, it's not like he's got any aspirations. Uriah Hall is actually a guy who
Dangerous
is
too.
he's dangerous, and he's probably trying to put together a streak for the first time in his life.
He's not a young guy either. He's like 35 or 36.
Yeah.
So the World Series. Quickly, I want to talk about how they pulled Blake Snell, who's
Yeah,
having
I
an
saw
all-time World Series performance.
Yeah, one or
What?
two hits through 6 innings?
Yeah, it's because
Again,
the
dude-
fucking nerds, you can't go 3 times through the lineup. You can't have a pitcher
Yeah.
do that. So that honestly has almost nothing to do with the manager. It's what he's getting told from these fucking loser-ass nerds.
Yeah.
Is that come out, or is
Okay,
that just what
alright,
you're
but-
presuming? 'Cause
but
That's
if
what
that's-
everybody
if
that
that's the case,
knows that talks about baseball a lot
Tampa,
says.
Say.
Tampa Bay made it to the World Series on like the 28th like lowest payroll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so obviously there's some cadence to that, right? That it works.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have made it that far without all those guys, even though what's his name? Randy who's the kid?
Arozarena?
Yeah. I mean he carried them a lot too because he was just crushing
Yeah, he
balls.
set the record for rookie home runs in the postseason.
Yeah. So I think like it's not totally fair to put that on the nerds, but that was a bad move. That was like
No, I
that was
mean,
like
have some
equivalent to
balls, Kevin
like
Cash.
Grady Little pulling
Yeah, you wish he would, but I wonder if he's
pulling
just
Pedro.
if he's just afraid of like they're just puppets.
He,
to the
I
nerds.
actually
He's
remember what it
afraid of
was
losing
too.
his
It was,
job.
he had given up 1 hit through 6 innings. I think they had 1 out in the inning in the top or bottom of the 6th, and he gets a runner on first, and they pulled him.
Yeah,
like what a terrible
that's
idea. I don't
bullshit.
even think his pitch count was that high.
No, I don't think it was.
Couldn't
He was in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's just because they don't now, like these teams that are all about analytics, don't want the lineup to get the face the same pitcher for the 3rd time because I guess the numbers probably show that.
Sure,
the
which
chances-
would
Yeah,
make
on
sense.
average, but you're not like those numbers aren't.
They don't take into account that you're in the World Series, like in a huge
exactly.
spot.
And they don't take into account that you're Blake Snell.
Yeah,
like,
what
one
is
of
he,
the
a
best
Cy
pitchers in
Young
the
winner
fucking
last
league.
year?
It's
pretty
all
sure.
numbers to them. They don't even watch the game.
Yeah.
They're not watching the game.
No, you're right. They just crunch numbers in the
Yeah.
A
computer.
lot of people that
I
follow
hate
baseball
that. I fucking hate that.
think that legitimately that Cash is handed like a binder folder before the game of telling him the stuff he needs to do, the analytics.
like the situational
Yeah, so it's almost
analytics
like he's going
playbook.
off a fucking script.
Yeah.
It just takes the human element out of the game, and it's why the sport's dying, and it just slows the game down, too, because you have all these fucking pitching changes.
Yeah.
This guy's having an all-time performance, like the game of his life.
Yeah, didn't he have tears in his eyes when he got pulled off
He
the
seemed
mound?
like he was pissed.
Yeah,
It looked like tears in his
Did
eyes.
he come out and say, like, somebody asked him about it after, and he was like, "Oh, I wasn't even having fun out there. I'm glad I got pulled," or something like.
I didn't see that.
I think he was just being like spiteful about
Yeah,
it, but
right.
like he was pissed.
Yeah.
And then the whole Justin Turner COVID situation.
Oh, bad look. Okay, you sent me that video in our group chat of Rob Manfred.
Oh, we got to talk about him, too.
Dude, what was that? Was that
I'm waiting to
guy
hear
fucking
that it was a
shit-cocked?
minus stroke.
So
minor
some people
stroke.
are trying to say that he had his earpiece in and he's getting feedback, or like he can hear himself talking.
No.
But some people say no, like
no.
that was a straight. He was drunk.
I've slurred my words plenty of times. You can probably find audio of it on this exact podcast. That is drunk talk right there. That is
I think
drunk
it's
speak.
minor stroke talk. That is like different than being drunk.
That would
He
be
was
better
like-
than being drunk, like to be like called up in the like after the World Series to be shit cocked like that. I would hope that he was having a stroke.
He could not.
I don't mean that in the bad way
we know
that
what you
sounds,
mean.
but
He could not talk a full sentence
No,
without
he's
stuttering.
literally
I
Like,
don't want to play the audio.
I do too.
get it up. Get
Can
it
I
up.
play
We'll
the
play it
audio?
real quick.
I'm gonna
please,
play.
please
I'll
pull it up
Play
on
it
Twitter.
real quick.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was like minorly hilarious.
But with Justin Turner, like you come out and you're
Yeah,
Dave Roberts,
dude,
who's a
bad look.
cancer survivor,
Bad-
and you're sitting right
bad-
next to him.
bad look.
What are you doing,
bad
dude?
look.
Like you're being selfish. I understand your team just won the World Series.
Well, and then he's like running around kissing his wife and
yeah,
kids
taking his
and, like,
mask
his
off. Like,
mask
what are
is
you
off.
doing, dude?
I
Like
got
he
it.
should be
I've got it.
removed from
It
it
actually makes me
entirely.
At one point, he's like the Dodgers.
All right,
yeah,
let's-
let's
let's-
listen to the
let's-
audio
yeah.
real quick.
This is MLB commissioner after the World Series talking.
It's a bittersweet night for us. We're glad to be done. I do think it's a great accomplishment for our players to get this season completed, but obviously we're concerned when any of our players test positive. We learned during the game that Justin was a positive. He was immediately isolated to prevent spread.
You've seen the video of him talking to Corey Seager, though. That's way worse.
Is that the one that...
That's worse.
This?
Wait, the
Yeah,
one
that's
with
the
Seager?
one. Play this one, too.
You thrilled our fans throughout the postseason with a great performance. You led the Dodgers to a World Series victory, and it's my pleasure to recognize your great play with the Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Award presented by Chevrolet.
Dude, this guy is fucking hammered. He did not have a stroke. It would have came out at this point because they would have tried to use that to hide that or cover it up. That guy is literally shit cocked on the field presenting the World Series to the fucking title winner, and you're fucking hammered drunk. Are you kidding me?
Clearly,
Are you kidding me?
It was a stressful season for him, and maybe he was thinking the rate. You know what happened? He was
Did he not think that he was going to have to go down there?
Yeah, that's what happened. He was seeing Blake Snell's performance. He's like, "There's no way Tampa's losing this game." And here come the fucking nerds, and he'd been fucking pounding some scotch all night.
Somebody poured him that last shot, and they were like, "Rob, don't worry about it. Like, we're going to
You're
get another
drinking
game."
your Johnny Walker the whole night.
Yeah. Oh my
Label.
god, dude.
Quickly before we get
Bad
to trivia, let's do our weekly betting segment.
let's get
Jesse,
it.
you got a parlay?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to call it. I got a little name for it this week. It's called Jesse's Plus Money Parlay. I got 3 teams here.
We'll just name that segment. I like the sound of that, honestly.
We've got the Raiders at plus 115 playing against Cleveland. I like the Raiders against Cleveland. Give me the Raiders. So it's Raiders, Pats plus 185, and then Pittsburgh plus 170 against the Ravens. 25 to win 400.
Love it. I never pull up like the actual like odds with the parlay, but my parlay was Packers will cover 6 over the Vikings.
Okay.
Tampa Bay, I actually like them to cover the 12.5 point line.
Against who?
Giants.
The
Monday Night
Giants,
Football.
Yeah, they should.
I know you. I think you had it at 13, but either way, 12.5 or 13, I like it. And then I am taking the Jets at plus 19.5 because I think Kansas City's going to get out into a big lead. They'll dominate that game, and Kansas City will sort of pull back. And yeah, I think the Jets will get in late in the game to bust into that.
All right, so my parlay is Rams minus 3.5 versus Miami. The under of 40.5 of the Patriots Bills. I think tomorrow's game is going to be
Under
very
40.5.
It's going to be very low
Sloppy
scoring
and-
with the wind conditions. There's going to be a lot
I
of
wanted to
40.5.
touch that total. And
It's scary. It's a scary total though since it's so low. And I like Pittsburgh plus 4 against Baltimore.
Yeah, see, I like them plus 4. That's actually my lock, but I'm also going to go the mile and say that I'm taking them to stay undefeated, too. The Ravens are not what we think they are.
My lock
I agree.
is the over of 50 between the Packers and Vikings. That game was a fucking shootout week 1.
It's going to be over.
Wait.
Packers
Is the
defense is
over
Of 50 between the Vikings and the Packers.
Packers
I thought
gave
I
up
saw that,
38 to
I thought I saw it like
the
53.
Bucks.
Wasn't the total points that other week between the Vikings?
It was like 53.5 is what I got it at, buying a point.
No, I'm saying the total when they played each other.
When the Vikings
yeah,
played
it
them?
was-
I don't remember what that
No,
was.
it was
a
huge. It
blowout.
was like
I was
like
talking about the
43 to-
Bucks game.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It was like, I think, 80 total points.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys got my fantasy sleeper for this week is Jarvis Landry versus the Raiders. Raiders giving up a bunch of points.
So wide
OBJ's
receivers,
out. Yeah, so.
My sleeper is my dude that I picked up for free while Jesse spent $75 on, what's his name?
Hasty.
My sleeper is Tevin Coleman. I think they're going to throw him right. Dude, any San Francisco running back that gets the workload is going to be a stud.
I'll stay with the...
I hope it's Hasty for your sake.
No, I'm not even starting him
Because
anymore.
I don't even know if I'm going to start Coleman. But
I'm not starting Hasty either.
You're not
so
going to start him?
spent
$75 on
his
him?
projections down. I have $18 left or something.
Ouch.
I'll stay with your trend of picking players on your roster. I'm going to go with Malcolm Brown as my sleeper against Miami this week. He had a solid showing. You know, he had a very long break where Henderson took over. He had 11 for 57 and a touchdown last week.
I actually think
they're playing the Dolphins this week.
Good matchup. I'm starting Henderson, but I think whenever I watch the Rams, I think Malcolm Brown looks better than Henderson.
See, I feel
Henderson
the opposite.
gets the Henderson gets the workload in most games, but I think Malcolm Brown, when he's on the field, looks better.
I think they're both what they are. Like either one can go for 15, 20.
I don't feel good about starting
Yeah.
either one of them, but
Right.
they have a good matchup, so
I
like that.
My stardom is Jamal Williams versus the Vikings.
Yep.
Aaron Jones is out,
Yep.
so he should be in everybody's lineup.
Yep.
I think tomorrow's going to be a shootout between them. And then my sit-em is Montgomery against New Orleans. New Orleans has got a good run D. I mean, if you have a good option on your bench, I would just go with him.
I'd say you know what? My stardom is Gronk against the Giants. I'll see Gronk get the end zone once. Keep the streak going. Brady will find his boy.
And the thing is, if your tight end gets in the end zone, that's all the production you can ask from your tight end. So.
Yep.
My stardom. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. You're good.
My stardom is Le'Veon Bell for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh.
I think they get out to a big early lead, and I think they're going to see
Oh,
what
you know
Le'Veon
what?
Bell can
It's
do
a
for
revenge
them.
game too.
I think they're going to
That's
see
a good
what
pick. I
what
kinda like
Le'Veon
that.
can do for them. And yeah, it is a revenge game, so I bet Lev has a big day.
I'm trying to look for a quick sit-em. Yeah, sit. In my opinion, sit Amari Cooper.
You're going to sit Amari Cooper?
I just traded him away, so I might be a little biased, but their quarterback this week is going to be Ben DiNucci. And they're playing against Philly, and they've struggled to score.
Tough.
They've struggled to score since Dak's gone down. In my opinion, DiNucci's not going to be able to throw the ball enough that all three
Not
receivers
nearly
are going to produce, so it's going to be a pick-em. Is it going to be Lamb, Gallup, or Cooper?
Yeah.
Sit Cooper this week.
Yeah,
Start Lamb
or
Gallup.
sit any of those.
Sure,
Dallas wide receivers.
I'm only starting CeeDee Lamb because I have to, but yeah, I would stay away from all three of them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to our picks.
I want to throw out my sit-em. My sit-em is Wayne Gallman for the Giants. Doesn't look like Devonta Freeman's going to play this week, so everybody's thinking like Wayne Gallman's going to get the workload. Deion Lewis is still there, but he's not really that much involved in the offense. But Wayne Gallman going up against Tampa Bay. I think I mentioned it earlier in the show. Nobody has ran for over 70 yards. No running back has ran over for 70 yards against Tampa Bay.
That's
Gallman,
impressive. That's a good stat to have as a defense.
Yeah.
It really is. All right.
Okay, so you want to go over the records after last week?
Oh yeah, I would love
Shit
to.
pisses me off.
Still got time.
So I'm just ripping that off because it was already ripped. I want it to be like we'll start a new sheet after this. But so before last week's picks, RJ was 15-10, I was 12-13, and Andy was 10-15. RJ and Andy both went 2-3 last week. I ended up getting a good week, 4-1.
I was also 2-3.
I was the only one who had the Niners covering against
This
the
really hurt
Pats.
my credibility.
So sitting right now, RJ's looking at a 17-13 season so far. I'm 16-14, one game back. Then you got Andy, who's not out of it just yet, but the
Couple
record.
more bad weeks though.
He's
It's
out of
getting
it.
close.
He's sitting at 12-18 right now.
If it
So
gets like week 10 and you're still that many games,
If
back,
I
you could
have
be
a
in
losing
trouble.
week again this week, then it's probably done.
nah, not quite.
I mean, you get lucky though, and you have like 2 4-1 weeks. You're
yeah, right back.
pretty
in it.
much right back
Well,
in
it
it.
starts now.
So we got some interesting spreads this week.
Some big ones.
We have 3 double-digit spreads to get to, so we'll see here. But all right, first game we've got Dallas versus Philly. Philly is favored minus 11 points. I know I've been shitting on Dallas, but I'm actually going to pick Dallas to cover because it's Philly. They don't cover spreads.
I'm gonna take Philly in that.
I'm going to take the Eagles as well. No confidence in that though.
I mean, I don't think either of us have confidence
I
on
don't
either
have
side of
confidence
that.
in either one of those.
Then we got the Giants versus the Bucks. The Bucks are 13-point favorites.
I'll lead with this one. I'll lead. You lead. I lead. RJ leads.
Oh, sure.
That's the only way to keep it fair.
Nah, but go ahead.
I'm gonna take the Bucks to cover.
Yeah,
They're in my
I
parlay,
also
so
have
I
to
have
take.
to.
I'm going Tampa Bay as well.
How do you pick the Giants?
Yeah.
There. How do you pick the Giants? It's only 2 touchdowns. They're gonna win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Come on. Our New England Patriots versus the Bills. Bills are 4-point favorites. Give me the Pats. Give me the points. Anybody else?
I mean, I picked the Patriots last week.
I'm gonna take my Bills. The Bills are gonna get me to a steak dinner at the end of the season. So
I'll go Patriots. Maybe we can reinstall that bet if you want. But there's got to be more incentive towards me now. Since
2 steak dinners.
and I only have to buy you one if the Patriots come back and win the division.
Yes.
Deal. Deal.
Lock it in.
Yeah. No fucking backing out of this one.
What-
All right.
what is it?
All right,
So I know
mark
for
it down.
sure.
If the Bills win the division, RJ owes me a steak dinner. If the Patriots win the division, I owe him 2 steak dinners.
That's
We're going
perfect
double or
for me.
nothing on this.
All right, next spread we got Niners versus the Seahawks. Seahawks are 3-point favorites.
Who goes first? Me?
Whoever, yeah.
I'll go 49ers.
I'll also go.
Cover 3.
Yep.
They're a little banged up, but I'm gonna go Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going to take Seattle too.
Oh,
They're gonna
we
rebound.
got the big spread next.
All
I feel
right.
like it's a college football game.
Our highest spread on this
Highest spread
segment,
ever.
on this segment, and maybe the highest for the rest of the year. We got the Jets playing against the Chiefs. Le'Veon Bell against his former team. We got a 20-point spread. Chiefs are favored. I mean, 20 is a whole fuck ton of points, but I'm still gonna have to.
You're going to take Kansas City?
You know what? Actually, I'm looking at a backdoor garbage time cover. I'm
That's
gonna
exactly
take the Jets.
that's exactly why I put the Jets in my parlay.
I'm gonna take
that's
the
what I'm
Jets.
taking the Jets too. That's exactly why I put them in my parlay. I think
I'm going Chiefs. The Jets are barely going to score any points. The Chiefs will go put up 30 points. 30-6. Chiefs cover.
okay.
That's my pick.
Okay.
27-7.
Really need this one.
Push.
All right. Let's get into this.
Let's
sports
do
trivia.
it. Hey, do we have music for this yet or not?
That's still
Can we get
that's
music?
still a little above my editing skills.
Grab the whiteboards.
Well, even if it doesn't play when we do it, if you could just add it in. Can't you add it in?
What do you mean?
All right, hey, so I'm also gonna put the
Can't you add it in when you go to edit the episode?
off
Yeah,
the top
yeah,
of our head. Do we
no.
know the trivia records right now? Am I 3-1? You're
I am
1-2. 1-1.
No, I've only lost once. I only lost once.
So you're
to you.
1-1. And
No, I
Andy's
beat Andy
0-2.
and you. I think I beat Andy
So
twice.
I think I'm
said
0
3-1.
and 3.
We're both 3-1.
I think so. I think I beat Andy twice.
I'm 0 and 3. Wait,
We'll go back and look. It
I
doesn't
know
even
I've
matter.
only
I'll go
played.
back
I
and
know
look.
I've only played 3 times, and I've
Okay,
lost
so then
all
I'm
3.
2-1. Then I'm 2-1.
All right.
Pretty
Does that
sure
mean
I'm
I'm-
3, but I'll go check the records.
Does that mean that I'm 2-1 too? Whatever, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure out a different time.
I definitely.
So-
want to
Alright,
have
so
that.
I-
This is sports
I-
trivia,
Yeah,
right?
not Boston sports. I dummied these questions down for you guys.
Why?
So-
You shouldn't be doing that.
Well, because you guys gave me shit about the last time I put questions together.
Just
It's more like I gave you shit.
No, you guys both attacked me viciously.
I wouldn't say we attacked you.
You
but-
did. I almost thought about leaving the show.
Oh wow, that's what it's gonna take for you to get out of here.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's good to have in your back
simple,
pocket,
a
right?
simple
Yep.
attack. Yeah.
All right, boys, you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay.
10
so
questions, right?
10 questions.
Okay.
So we're gonna lead it off with that NHL question.
Oh, great.
I want you boys to name 5 of the original 6 NHL teams. I almost went and asked you guys to name all 6, but I didn't think that you'd get to that. Do you guys think you could name all 6? You guys are pretty hot on the markers, so it seems like you guys are confident.
Have hitting the stump at 4 here.
I actually
how's your
almost
board?
went 4
I think
too.
I'm good.
Just give me a sec.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident with my answer here. But there's one I'm a little iffy on, so but I think I'm good. When's hockey supposed to come back? They even
Same thing. I think like middle January.
okay? Because I think they said they're going to come back a little later then, because they don't have the Olympics to worry about like
Yeah.
the NBA does.
Right.
Oh no, I got it. I
You
definitely
do?
got this right. I
Nice.
just changed it last night, and if I don't, that's kind of embarrassing. All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Okay, so let's see. Jesse had Flyers, Blackhawks, Rangers, Bruins, Canadiens. RJ had Bruins, Rangers, Canadiens, Blackhawks, Maple Leafs. RJ's right, Jesse's wrong. The Flyers are not a part of that.
Oh man, that's brutal.
The original 6 are the Bruins, Blackhawks, Canadiens, Maple Leafs, Rangers, and Red Wings. You guys both missed the Red Wings, I think.
Yep, I don't have the Red Wings written down.
All right, RJ 1, Jesse 0. Question 2.
Jesse's ego after this loss. It's
Question
real
2.
defeated.
Who was the original basketball coach at the University of Kansas?
What?
Who was the first basketball coach ever at the University of Kansas? He's widely regarded as the first basketball coach ever.
Yeah, I remember him from the fucking movie from Glory Road, but I can't.
No,
think
you
of
don't.
Yeah, I do.
The first basketball coach ever.
Kansas or Kentucky?
Kansas.
first basketball coach at Kansas, or he was
First basketball coach at Kansas, also considered the first basketball coach ever.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue.
Adolph Rupp from Jesse and John Woodson from RJ. The correct answer is Dr. James Naismith.
What? Wow.
What a shit question that was.
Like the guy that invented
The
basketball?
guy who invented basketball. I thought you guys would get that pretty easily.
Right
to be
there in that
honest.
beautiful city of Springfield?
Yeah,
That's
and then
just
he.
a garbage question.
How is that a garbage question?
I didn't
What's
know.
wrong with it? No, I want to hear it. What's wrong with that?
It just
Jesse's going to blame the
Was
questions
that
again
worded?
when he
Was that
loses.
worded
just
incorrectly?
It's just not real good. It's not real trivia.
Okay, I mean it is. All right.
Already the excuse
Here's a softball for you fucking complainers.
I didn't complain about the questions yet.
Who is the second all-time home run leader in the MLB? Let's see him. Hank, Aaron, you guys both got it. Good job.
Let's go.
This
Make
one,
sure you're putting check marks at the top for yours, RJ.
All right.
yeah,
you're
you,
at one.
you guys
I
have
have
the
three.
score.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got one.
Okay.
He's got two.
Okay, so this one might throw you for a bit of a stump. Who is the all-time leader in passing touchdowns?
Is that playoffs included?
Don't know. I just
When did you look that up?
today.
All right, I'm good.
Let's see it. Drew Brees. No, you're wrong.
Brady
It
just
is
took the
Brady.
lead
Brady
this week.
just passed him.
Oh,
Brady's at 539 and Brees is at 538.
fuck.
That's.
That's why. That's when
I
did you
knew
look
that
up?
was kind of a cheap question, but I.
No, that's a great
I should
question.
have paid. I should have paid.
Compared to the last one.
I should have paid attention more on Sunday.
All right, staying in all-time leaders in the NFL, who is the all-time leader in both receiving yards and receptions?
All right, I'm good.
Both of you guys got Jerry Rice. Good job.
All right. So what are we both 3 for 5 right now?
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
I like it. All right, what are we on? Question 1,
6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. All right. Oh, I think I worded this question wrong for myself. Question is, where was the NFL founded? Hint for both you guys, it's where the Hall of Fame is. You guys have got it right away, huh?
I think so.
Let's see it.
All right.
You better have. I already got it right.
Let me see it.
Oh!
Columbus? It's Canton, Ohio, bud.
Oh my God.
Canton,
How the fuck
Ohio.
do I not?
You knew that. That's just a brain fart there.
Yeah.
Why did I think Columbus?
I don't know. They're gonna change the name of Columbus, Ohio, by the way.
Really?
So I'm
Because
down.
of the Columbus haters?
Yes, and you know what they're gonna change it to?
What?
Guy Fieri is from Columbus,
yeah,
Ohio, so they want to
Flavortown.
name it Flavortown, Ohio.
That would be
I'm all on board
ridiculous,
for
but
that.
it would be pretty cool too.
All right. So that question was originally going to be, when was the NFL founded? I just wanted to, off the dome. I just want to know if you guys know that or not.
When it was?
I would
Yeah.
say
Like the
something-
real National Football League?
Yeah, when was the
Not the
league
AFL?
found? No, the NFL. When was it founded?
1960 something,
I was gonna say
1965,
1960.
1968 actually.
I mean, when I looked at it, it said 1920.
I feel like that's maybe when American football
Could
started.
be.
I don't even know.
Could be, but it
Yeah.
said I googled specifically, and it had the NFL logo right next to it. So, anyways, that's kind of why I
That
looked
would've
at
been
it.
a
I looked
tough
at it.
question.
I looked at it, and I was like,
Even
I
if
don't know
you
if
made
that's-
that, even if that question was worded, what decade was the NFL founded, and we both
Yeah,
would have gotten it
right.
horribly wrong.
All right,
4 out of 6, 3 out of 6.
Yeah, sort of.
Jesse's up 1,
Yeah.
and then this is the Jesse question here too.
Confidence has just shrunk after that last one.
Where did Shaquille O'Neal attend college?
I already got it. 100% locked in and
I
right.
knew you would.
This is bullshit. You wrote that question for him.
I mean, I write the questions for everybody.
All
Ooh,
right.
let's see it. LSU,
Hey!
good job.
I knew you knew it, RJ. Come on. Now.
I knew it was somewhere down south. I was pretty confident, but not 100%
Good
sure.
job. 5 to 4.
Yep.
All right.
What are we on? Question 8.
Yes.
Can't get this one wrong if he gets it right.
All right, this is another easy one.
Okay.
What town is the MLB Hall of Fame in?
You got it, RJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
same.
got it right away. Cooperstown. Good job. Yeah, that was a bit of a dummy one. I kind of wish I
It's
didn't
fine.
have that
Keep
on
those
there.
dummy ones coming. I'll have to ride this out. To the
I
end.
know.
All right, boys. So Jesse's up 1 going into the last question here.
No, we have 2
more?
questions left. We're on question 9. I'm 6 out of 8. RJ's 5 out of 8.
Okay, all right.
You scared me there for a second.
I thought I only had 9 to put together for a second. All right. What is the most strikeouts recorded in a single MLB game?
I think I got this.
Do you?
I think I do.
You know what? I'm gonna add this on right now for a bonus half point. Name. There's 2 players who have done it.
Okay, but if I get the number wrong,
You can't get the name right if you get the number wrong, right?
that I
Yeah,
agree.
you gotta
That's
get you
fine.
gotta get
Okay.
the number right
Okay.
and name who. If you can get the number right and name the player, then I'll give you a bonus half point
Okay.
as a tiebreaker.
That's gonna be
Potential
wrong. No, I
tiebreaker.
think I'm gonna have the number wrong barely.
All right, let's see it. 20. Jesse got it. You had the
Minus
name right.
20, dude. Fuck.
You had the name right.
So I got the point.
You got the point. Roger Clemens and Kerry Wood have both recorded
That's
20
why-
strikeouts.
that's
Randy
why-
Johnson's a decent.
That is a good guess.
That's why you should just stick to your gut and just go with 20.
Yeah.
Really? That was your gut original?
Yeah. But I
You're
was
gonna
thinking-
put
22
20
would be a
plus
lot.
Clemens. I would have given you a point and a half.
20 plus Clemens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying, like, if you put his number answer as 20 plus.
Oh yeah. I know. All right.
It's over.
Last question.
It's over. We'll talk to you next
This
week.
is for a trivia segment record here, though. 8 out of 10 would be a record.
Yeah, and this is also one that you're gonna get
You think?
easily.
Thanks.
Who is the all-time NBA
Ego.
assist leader?
What was the question?
All-time NBA assist leader.
I think I got this one.
You should.
Yeah, I think I got it.
John Stockton. New record. Jesse Mullen. Sam Cassell.
Stupid game.
Sam Cassell is now the all-time leader.
That was a joke. But yeah. So
Jesse, good work. You know what? I'm
I don't hate that idea.
considering retiring from trivia and just being the moderator here. And I'm gonna bring it again next time I put questions together.
I mean,
that was a little too easy.
I still like the call-in option of having somebody like Jesse right now, since he beat me, play Jesse or something.
Or
Switch
the
it
call-in
up.
All right,
option
we can
should have-
advertise that on-
The call-in option should ask all 3. We could all 3 of us could play. Get Norm on the line.
No, well,
here.
we would need one
Actually,
of us to be the
I
moderator.
don't want Norm on any part of this.
Yeah,
podcast.
Norm has told me off like after he listens to these episodes that he knows that you don't like him very much. So,
Yeah, Norm. I don't. No, I'm just kidding. I do. I like Norm.
at least you're honest. But
I like Norm. Norm's a good dude.
I know. All right, I'm pretty much good. You guys got anything else?
I'm
Wanna
good.
get to?
Yeah, I think that's it.
I'm real good now.
Whatever. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week.
Peace.